my fight, you're the one. Desire, believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart, can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Am I your fire, your one desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Now I can say that we're falling apart from the way that it used to be. Yeah. No matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside you are my fire, the one desire. You are, you are, you are, you are. Don't wanna hear you say ain't nothing but a mistake. Don't wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you
Dracula.
Let me go ahead and click record here. What if we just did the whole stream like this? What's up, nerd geeks and gamers alike? It's your boy Nerdy Nick, back with best friend Josh for another episode of the NSquared Podcast live. We're coming to you guys live January 2nd, 2024. That's right. We've time traveled. Bam! So before we get started with the show, we just want to do our due diligence and shout out our sponsors over at W.GG. Head on over to W.GG and use code NSquared10 to get yourself 10% off of your energy drink order. This product is fantastic. It is 150 milligram dosage of caffeine per serving in your energy drink powder. It's all made in the USA. It has no artificial colors, dyes, or flavors, or any of that stuff. And also, big shout out to our sponsor over at HubDaddyStore.com. Use code MUSTACHE10 at checkout over at HubDaddyStore.com to order yourself some amazing smelling soaps, candles, coffee, hello, and more. So once again, head on over to HubDaddyStore.com today. Use code MUSTACHE10 to get yourself 10% off your order and help your boys out. Oh, man.
Tell me about it.
Oh, what's this?
I can't open it.
Wait, do you know what scissors are?
Well, I don't want to break it to where I can't use it again. I accidentally ripped it too well.
We were right about to get the show going, but, your cheese, ma'am. It better be a very good lasagna now.
My lasagna.
Oh my gosh. Okay, pardon the interruption. We are live. So, you know, new year. Same old question.
Right?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Not much, man. Just been still a little bit sick, but been sick for like the past week. The last stream we had.
Oh, yeah,
I hit your
yeah.
vape. I was
Yep.
like, if I get sick, I get sick.
Yeah.
And look what happened. Yeah. Gave me plenty of time to play video games, though. Although I would have rather been over here for, you know, New Year's Eve. And,
Yeah.
and all that, but
You missed the AEW pay-per-view, too.
I know.
What a fucking pay-per-view to miss, too.
I know.
Which will run over AEW's World's End pay-per-view, as well as some more professional wrestling news.
So, been playing that new DLC for God of War.
Oh, yeah. That, what was it called?
Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah. I was thinking Valkyrie in my head for some reason.
I mean, Valkyries are, you know, part of it, so.
Yeah. So, did you, go through it already?
No, I'm still working through it. It's actually kind of difficult.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's, and it's difficult, and I put it, on a normal setting, too.
Is it like a fucking, Doom Ancient Gods level of difficulty?
Oh, no, not that difficult
No?
either. No,
Okay.
but. So, it's like it's roguelike.
Mm-hmm.
So every playthrough is just slightly different.
Is that how the normal game is too, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically you're entering Valhalla and you're basically facing Kratos' past.
Okay.
He's actually facing it himself now. In previous games he's, did some fucked up shit.
Okay.
And then in God of War 4, he's just learning to be a good father and all that.
Yeah.
God of War 5, even more so.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, he's actually facing
The consequences?
not the consequences, but the internal struggle of what he did.
So is this like a fucking dream?
Mm-mm. So Valhalla is
It's like the warrior's heaven.
but there's an entrance to it.
Yeah, but you have to die in battle to go to Valhalla.
Well, apparently, you're going through.
According to the game.
Yeah, you're going through God of War's interpretation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, some of the gods in Norse mythology could
Norse.
Norse.
Yeah.
Did I say North?
You said north.
Something man.
Yeah, you do that a lot, actually. Whenever you say Norse, you say North. Yeah.
It's northern.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, some of them could enter or have gone in, come out, whatever.
Okay.
But pretty much he's going over. He's talking with this one dude who's helping him out, basically get over his past.
Okay.
Because he feels a lot of regret.
So the gatekeeper guy.
No, he's not a gatekeeper. He's actually the Norse
Mm-hmm. There you go.
god of war tier. But basically, when you go through, you can open chests to get upgrades, but every time you die, you restart from the very beginning. And there's like 3 like levels they have to get through, and there's very little options for healing.
Okay.
So whatever you have left in health, that's what you fight through with.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is there like any healing spells or whatever that he can do?
So the only way to heal is every encounter has 1 healing stone that you can break to heal.
Okay.
But it only heals like 10% of your health.
Gotcha.
Maybe. There's a like stone thing that you can purchase upgrades from that only lasts for that run.
Gotcha.
And you can one-time purchase for that run a health boot, like heal.
Oh, so you got to make it count.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? This is Kev called here. He says, "What's up, guys? Happy New Year." Speaking of Norse and North, have you seen or did you see the movie The Northman? No, I didn't, but I've definitely seen that meme of Willem Dafoe a lot, like where he's like shocked looking up.
Yeah.
Like,
The quartering. Someone new. Hey, dudes, it's Lock. Oh, Lock PSB. What's up?
he changed his name. Yeah.
I was playing a joke on another channel, and now my name is stuck this way for another 9 days.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, no, the quartering, if I remember right, is like he is a big channel, very conservative, but is like gaming and so on and so forth, and all that stuff. So Locke was probably fucking with somebody.
That's great.
What is it? Is that
That's
Pee Wee
Pee-wee.
Herman? Yeah.
Pee-wee.
That's awesome. No, but Kev called. I did not see that movie. I did want to. How was it good? Would you recommend? You know, I never noticed Kev called's picture is Tyson, the logo for Tyson Foods. I never noticed that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny, man.
Oh, that's great.
So it's good so far.
I'm really enjoying it. It's just I gotta take a break every so often because it pisses me off.
Yeah. Like squeezing the controller pissing you off, or?
Nah, I've learned I fucked up one controller already because I did that. So I've learned not to do that anymore.
Locke says, "I want some Tyson chicken." And then Kevcon says, "Ha, dude, I love Tyson chicken nuggets." Loved him so much he made his YouTube fucking picture. That's great. Nope, not gonna lie though. Tyson has those Anytizers. Have you heard of that? It's like a line of their food that's like appetizers. It's in the frozen food section.
Okay.
And they've got these really good fucking chicken strips.
Ooh.
And I used to eat those a lot in college. Oh, man. Kev Call says, "I ate thousands of chicken nuggets growing up. Figured I'd pay it forward." Well, I mean, at this point, they ought to be paying you, right? I mean, shit. You're keeping them in
Sponsor you.
business. Yeah, next thing we know, we're going to see a picture of Kev fucking doing a marathon, and he's got like a Tyson patch on his fucking... what are those things? You know, like the things the runners wear that have their numbers on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are those called, anyways? I don't know.
It's not, and it's not. Maybe it's a vest. No, it's not a vest. Well, I guess maybe yeah. If they call a bulletproof vest a vest, then that's a vest.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Totina's Pizza Rolls is where it's at.
I read that. I was like, oh my god, Food Wars.
Yeah. No, here we go, dude. This is the NSquared food cast now. Shit. Oh man. So is that all you've been playing so far?
Destiny, of course, and then hop back on
Hold
Call
on.
of Duty.
Hold on. Lock. Not microwaved, right? You do the toaster oven or the oven, correct? Right? Right? Go ahead. Call of Duty?
Yeah, I started playing Call of Duty again.
Yeah. I think today is the last day for the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to hop on that after this to
I-
like soak it in one more time.
Yeah, no,
I ended on a good note the other night, but go ahead.
all I can say is, man, I'd rather play on your lobbies than mine. Because for some reason on my lobbies, there's a lot. And I mean a lot of fucking campers.
Really?
Yeah. It's not even like that they're good or anything. It's just like whole teams camping.
This is a cheers to you, Locke. Good choice. Solid choice. But now I got a Ninja Foodie. I should air fry them. Yeah, actually, hold on. Back to the food thing. I heated up one of their like little personal pizzas for my daughter over the weekend in my wife's new air fryer that I got her for Christmas. And dude, it was like
So you're saying
I took a bite to like make sure it like cooked all the way, you know, and I was like, damn, that is all the texture I've ever wanted out of this. Because like the cheeses and stuff, it doesn't get burnt, but it gets like it doesn't get it's like it gets a crisp to it.
Ooh.
But all the inside of the pizza is still like gooey and stuff. So I was like, damn, that's amazing. Oh, excuse me. So campers in your lobbies, did they bring the s'mores to that
No.
campfire?
No, that's what pissed me off. Did make me, I swapped to zombies for a minute because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Zombies, I still don't know how I feel about it. Like, I like it, but I don't.
I haven't gone back to it aside from the first time I tried it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird because I'm guessing it's because I'm going in with like that same expectation I did with previous zombies games.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels weird.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I don't like. Yeah. It's a mixed bag. I got to spend more time in it still. Fucking Locke. God dang it. I keep wanting to say the quartering. And I'm not going to lie, dude. When your name popped up, I was like, there's no way that guy is on our channel right now. But you also have a different picture too, so. Anyways, no, it was a Tostino's one. It was like a big rectangular pizza. Not big, but you know what I mean?
Rectangular. It was square.
No, it was rectangular.
I'm trying to make
yeah.
it's square.
Yeah, we gotta like open up the shows and from now on going like, "What's up, Square Squad?" You know, like trying to sound all cool and stuff. No, but yeah. So you've been playing Call of Duty, a lot of campers and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you go back into any of like the Christmas maps? Or
Actually, I didn't.
Christmas? No.
No.
Wow.
I don't know.
So I encountered just because we're talking about Call of Duty, I encountered one match where a fucking sniper managed to get on top of the fucking building, like
Dude.
how they did back in the day.
How do people fucking do that?
I don't know, and I don't care to know because even if I got up there, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. That's not my gameplay style. But the dude fucking pissed me off because it was like, run, die. Run, die. Spawn, like, in front of the windows, die. And I'm like, how does he fucking see me so quick? I don't even see a fuck. There was one moment where he killed me, and I was just like, where? I got so mad. I was like, where? There's no fucking glare.
Oh man, I find it hilarious because I've definitely said those exact words before. Did you switch to a sniper?
No, I took him out with the Uzi.
How? What the fuck?
It was brr, 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 you know, like that. Yeah, and then he tried to go back another time. Sticky. I just was like,
fuck it.
I hope I get, because he would retreat back every now and then when people were shooting at him. So I was like, people were shooting at him, and I was like, and then it just says stick, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Damn.
best fucking stick ever. You know.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah. Locke says, "What's up, Square Squad? What snack food have you been eating?" In my radio voice, you know. Yeah.
He's
So.
gonna turn us into a food channel.
Yeah, why not, bro? Fucking gamers, we eat pizzas, Doritos, Mountain Dew,
And beer.
and beer. I was trying to sound like that greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Oh my god.
You know?
This is what I've been snacking on because I'm sick.
Fucking cough drop city over here. So anything else? Any other games or
Other than Destiny, the usual.
yeah.
Fucking, we're kind of bored with it right now because, you know,
There's a new update for that coming, isn't there?
in like 6 months.
Is it? Oh, that's right.
It was delayed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because normally every like 10 weeks there's a new update,
Gotcha.
roughly. But then their firing happened. Supposedly,
There's been a lot of firings happening lately, man.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast laid off like a bunch of people right at the end of the year.
oh shit.
Yeah. They're behind, like fucking Dungeons, Dragons, and all that shit.
Yeah, supposedly that has nothing to do with the delay. They're just trying to make it as best as they can, because Lightfall was kind of a flop.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's why they're saying that.
Well, did a lot of people buy it?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Well, it's
But-
not a flop.
So they
Financially.
they don't base their numbers on like the purchase of the expansions. They base it off of like the microtransactions. Because
Gotcha.
companies make more off of microtransactions than they do off expansions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about it, but apparently they undershot their revenue projections for the year by 45%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
So how do you
That's
fuck up?
that's Bungie though, right?
Yep.
And
They're recently purchased by Sony.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
There's a lot of speculation.
that purchase, when that happened, I was like, the only reason Sony bought, and that was like a couple of years ago, I think, right? Or a few.
Yeah, it was maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah. When that happened, I was like, Sony bought them so Microsoft couldn't have them. That's the
Pretty
only
much.
reason why.
Yeah.
Only reason why. Locke says, I platinumed Hogwarts Legacy at 11:30 on New Year's Eve. Had to get one more play before 2024. That's fucking incredible, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, if my wife decided to, play the game again, she might get, a few more achievements.
But yeah, other than that, nothing else. What about you?
Yeah. So I started playing Sonic Superstars.
Nice.
Did I mention that on the last show? I don't think I did.
Yeah, maybe.
It was after Christmas? It was. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I did.
you
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've been playing that here and there. I'm trying not to burn through my games.
Makes sense.
It's hard, but I'm trying my best to not burn through it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Locke says they announced it the day after Microsoft announced the
Activision Blizzard.
Okay. Yeah, excuse me for that burp, by the way. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I'm trying not to burn through all my games. That's the only new one that I got that I've opened so far. I don't know what it was, but oh, here, we'll stay on the topic real quick. Kev Called says, I've been very curious to check out Sonic Superstars. Do it. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Do it. Do it. Yeah, no, it's a really good game. It is a very good game from what I've played so far. I think I've played through... I'm on the second or third... No, I think I'm on the second zone. The first zone has 3 levels to it. The levels are fucking massive, too.
Really?
They're huge, man. I kind of almost felt overwhelmed with how, big the levels were. because it is. He says, "Ha, do it." So Kev, the new game is essentially old school Sonic, but with a 3D coat of paint on it. It is fucking great. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and my question for that levels comment you made, like, are they larger than the original like Sonic game like levels? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought those were freaking huge.
Yeah, so I'll get to that right quick. So yeah, it's like if you got the old school Sonic, or like say Sonic Mania, but then you like sloshed it in a coat of 3D. That is exactly what Sonic Superstars is. It feels just like an old school Sonic game. This is pretty much everything that you would want out of a 3D Sonic, with it being traditional gameplay. The level design is, again, massive. So like when it is a traditional side-scrolling game, right? So you go from left to right. Objectively, you want to go you're playing as Sonic, right? So you want to go as fast as you can to the other way.
Yeah.
But if you were to take a camera, right, the game screen, and zoom it out, you would see just how high and low the fucking levels are.
Oh, shit.
It's intense. There's a lot of action there. And there's so many more bonus stages throughout the levels as well. And there's a lot of like new ones. So there's one, for instance, I had just beaten Spider-Man 2 right before the new year. It prepped me for Sonic Superstars, because there is a bonus level where you're chasing one of the like emeralds or whatever through this like open-aired zone, and you're swinging and jump, like there's like little things that you can latch onto,
like anchor points.
Yeah, and you have to keep like latching onto them.
Yeah.
While chasing the emerald through this crazy zone, and it's really fun. The bosses are pretty awesome. So I am on the. I think I am on the third zone, or yeah, I think I am on the third level, or zone. Yeah.
I call them zones because that's
so
how I remember.
The main ones are zones, and then they have
like sub levels.
Yeah, stages.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Zone
stupid.
1, stage 1 through like 5 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good, and I don't even think it's like a full price game. I think it's like maybe like a $40 game or $50 at most.
I mean, for Nintendo, that's a good price.
Well, it's on all platforms.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's on all platforms. But for me, I like to keep it. I like my Sega games on my Switch.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they bowed out, and they took their loss after the Dreamcast. But they put up their biggest fight with Nintendo way back in the day. Right? So it's like, it feels right to keep it on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great game so far. Let's catch up on the chat here real quick. Locke says, Commander Cody, execute order 66. I am so far behind on Sonic games. I need Origins, Frontiers, and Superstars. I have Origins. That one's really fun. It's, basically just a very nicely remake, or not remake, but port of the original 3 plus Sonic and Knuckles, I think, with some like museum stuff as well, some other things.
Oh, nice.
Frontiers wasn't for me. That was like the open world Sonic game.
Oh.
I what I need to do is start the game over and pay more attention. I think I just got I don't know what I did.
You probably got distracted with other stuff in life, and
Yeah. Well, I think the first time I played it was when we were at the hospital because Brittany had like a cyst burst or something.
Oof.
So I was like not able to really like pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like sitting in the lobby just like waiting to be like able to be called back with her, and that never even happened. Yeah, it was like a mess.
Yeah. Snark says, "Sorry I'm late." No, you're good, Snark.
Yeah.
Welcome
No, well, according to Locke, he says, Snark, you're fired. I'm sorry. Wait, let me say. Snark, you're fired.
Oh my god.
You're fired. But yeah, so I've been playing that, and then I've also been playing Call of Duty as well. And last but not least, I restarted on the Switch Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Oh.
And I've actually gotten past the part I got stuck at as of yesterday. I got stuck and put the game down for like 4 years. And then I was like, I kicked it on.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, it's been like a few months. No, 4
No,
years.
No, 4 years. I turned into a rabbit and didn't know what the fuck to do. And so I replayed. I started it over a few days ago, or maybe like a week ago. And yeah, no, I've been doing really good. Oh, hold on. Did you mean to say it like Vince McMahon? Oh, I guess I could say it like Vince McMahon. You're fired, pal.
He's like, well, it's been an honor then.
Yeah.
F off what? F off the...
F/S. I don't know what that means. Snark, you've gone too hackerish on us. Kev Call says, nice, dude. Link to the Past is an all-time top 10 game for me. Yeah, there's something about A Link to the Past, even with my previous experiences with it leading up to what kind of seems like not even too far into the game. The look of it, it's like captivating to me. It's that old school, 16-bit graphics. It's the perfect camera angle where it's not over the top, but it's
not exactly like Eagle.
Yeah. I don't something puzzling to me is, why is Link's hair pink?
I don't know.
From what I remember reading, it was just like showing off like the colors that the fucking thing could do all at once. S means sarcasm. Oh, thank you. /S means sarcasm. Gotcha. But yeah, A Link to the Past is in the music too. Oh my god, the whole game overall is just a pleasure to play. It's not overly frustrating. The puzzles are decently difficult, but also like simple enough for an idiot like me who does not play any kind of RPGs or games like Zelda. I mean, Zelda's pretty much RPGs.
It's like an action adventure / RPG.
Yeah. It is just a great time. And the further, like, I beat the wizard yesterday.
Yeah.
At the top of a tower after I collected all 3 like jewels or amulets or whatever. And then I fought him. They don't say his name. They just say the wizard. I'm like, is this Ganondorf or whatever?
It might.
And then he took me into like the Shadow Realm or the Dark Realm, something or another. So now I'm like, ooh, I've never gotten here before. Fuck yeah, let's go.
I'm not stuck as a rabbit anymore.
Yeah, and then my Switch was like, doot, doot, and the fucking battery was like at 10%. I was like, no! Yeah, it's fucking great. I've just been hamming it up with that. Real quick here, well, we've got like a minute and a half left before the timer runs out in audio recording. Locke says, that sounds like me with Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts. I got to the final boss on both and couldn't beat them, stopped playing them, and came back 5 years later and beat them both on the first try. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. And that's what I expect. That's what I fucking expect. Whenever I, like, say for example, there's a game that I played when I was a kid and I couldn't fucking do anything in that game. I fully expect to go back as an adult and kick that game's ass. And 5 times out of 10, 50% of the time, it doesn't happen. And I'm like, I'm still stupid. What the fuck? Anyways, we're going to end our audio recording segment right here, and we'll be right back.
All right. I gotta go blow my nose, but...
Yeah, go blow your nose.
But, like, one game I feel that way about that I still want to freaking beat, Donkey Kong 64. Like, that game still haunts me to this day because I could not beat that one damn level. I was always stuck there.
What level?
It's that one where you're at the near the end of of being inside the crocodile ship thing.
Okay.
Like, there's this level that you have to pass in, what's his name? Cranky Kong? The old one?
Yeah, Cranky.
Like, he has, like, this video game that you have to play.
Okay.
And there's this, like, video level in the game that you have to beat in order to get something that you need to progress.
Gotcha.
And I've been stuck on that. Well, I was stuck on that for, like, ages.
Yeah.
And I could never beat it. And it's been, like, 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know. And I hate it because N64s have gone up in price like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting to go back down, though. But go ahead. Go blow your straws. Locke says, I want to do that with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I could never beat it, and my dad did. You know what, dude? I have the same experience with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. My parents had... So they had an NES, and they kept it in their bedroom. Sometimes I would be able to, like, go and play it. You know, and this was, like, way before I had my Genesis and whatnot. But there were two games that I played a lot in my parents' NES. It was Gradius, or Gradius, however you want to say it, and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I would sit there, and I would get, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of the way to Mike Tyson, and I would fucking, like, struggle so bad. And then my dad would pick up the controller and fucking run through it in one go, and I'm like, what the fuck? How? Made no sense to me, man. But it's like, I have a similar story recently. This past weekend, my daughter started playing Luigi's Mansion 3. We got it for her for Christmas this year. It was one of the games that she had wanted. And I beat that game like the year it came out. And I thought in some parts of it were difficult, and I knew it was going to be a challenge for her because she's never played a game quite like Luigi's Mansion 3. And she was calling me for help with the bosses and stuff, and I was like, I think I'm at that phase of my life now where my daughter, or I am the dad taking over the hard parts of a video game for my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I've reached to that point. If you want the last one, you can have it, man.
Nah.
All right, well, I'm going to go tinkle. I'll be right back, and then we'll get the show going.
All right. Man, I think I've only tried Mike Tyson's Punch-Out like once. And I was actually older. I suck at that game. Oh. You still haven't beat it? Oof. Don't worry. Same here. Although, granted, I didn't really put like much effort into it. It wasn't my type of game. But I mean, I could see how back then it would have been super fun. But what other game have I not beaten? Because I remember beating games like Earthworm Jim when I was younger. You know what? There is one more. And I gotta find the name of it. Kev Called says, what was your first console, Josh? My first console? Ooh, it was... I think it was either an NES or Super Nintendo. Here, let me see. I can't remember because I know one of them was my cousin's. It was either NES or Super Nintendo. But I remember playing Super Nintendo more. Atari 2600. Wow. I don't think I was born yet when that came out. I'm so young. I think, because I remember playing Earthworm Jim a lot on my first console. So, but I do remember playing Duck Hunt. And I think Duck Hunt was on NES. Hold on. Wow, I was so young. I had to have been like maybe 4 or 5. And then eventually I got an N64. Man. I haven't thought of that in a long time. I remember playing N64 a lot more, but
You can grab the last one. I forgot I had this one on the counter. And then Brittany's got to run out real quick, so she'll grab some more too.
okay. Locke says, it came out the year I was born. We got one after the crash. After the crash, I was playing it in 1984. Wow.
What?
No, because Kev Called says, what was my first console?
Oh, okay.
And I can't really remember if it was the NES or Super Nintendo. Because I remember playing both when I was younger. But I just can't remember which one was like the one we had. And which one was like...
Given?
Like
or...
neighbors.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we would go play with. But I remember playing both games. I think we ended up having both at one point, but...
Alright.
Alright, let me grab that real quick then.
My first console... I know you didn't ask me, Cap, but I'm going to answer anyway.
I want to know, too, what was your first console?
My first console. Mine. Because I had already said, like, my parents had an NES. But that was more like theirs. They kept it in their bedroom.
Yeah, you didn't count it, yeah.
Yeah. My first console was a Sega Genesis.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, I got it when I was like 3 or 4. There's a picture of me somewhere. I'm like sitting on my knees. You know how like kids can do that and it doesn't hurt, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting there just like looking at the camera going like, I'm just fucking playing, man. I got Sonic and... You know, the more I look back at like some of the games I had as a kid, I'm like, man, my dad bought a lot of games for himself. Because I had like LaRussa baseball, the Bulls, and I think it was like the fucking Pacers or something in the NBA playoffs, Mutant League football, you know, like all these fucking games. And I'm like, none of these were for me, were they? You know?
Lock PSB. I thought he was going to say Tiger handheld.
Oh, fuck. Fucking Tiger. I did have, I had a Star Wars Tiger handheld, though.
Really?
Yeah, it was very, it was very fucking basic. You ever have a Tiger handheld game?
Probably. I mean, I remember having, it might have been like some off-brand one. Here, let me see.
It's like Tiger, but it's spelled with a Y. Mom bought it at a swap meet. Or it's called El Tigre. El Tigre Super.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Super Street Fighter. Oh man. Kev Called says, nice. Genesis was mine as well, then moved on to PS1. Didn't get a Nintendo console until I picked up a SNES in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, Kev, you and me have pretty much kind of like the same fucking theme going on there. I had a Genesis, and then I got a PS1 in like 1996, like right when it came out.
Wow.
I don't and look at. As an adult, it's very hard to remember everything crystal clear in your past, right? You know, like, it's just kind of foggy. I don't remember ever asking, or when I did, ask for a PS1. But I remember getting one, and I remember being fucking super excited about it. I think the first game I had for it was Cool Borders. Yeah, it was Cool Borders. Snowboarding game.
Okay.
And I was like fucking hooked. And I was like, these graphics are amazing! You know, I'm like fucking 5. And I'm like still experiencing and buying games for my fucking Genesis. And then I get this PS1 thing and it's got fucking CDs. And I'm like, what is this?
So futuristic?
Yeah. Damn, 96. That's, I think it says early. Yeah, early. Yeah, so like, I look back at like my parents, man. Like, my dad was a cop, and my mom was a fashion buyer for a fashion company.
Yeah.
And I think, like, okay, like, economy-wise, economically, right? Like, what was it like back then and stuff? And every now and then, I always go back and look at the inflation calculator. Sometimes it's to prove a point to Evelyn, you know, of, like, how hard, you know, parents work, you know, for this or that, you know. like, oh, well, you know, Evelyn will be like, well, I thought some things are like video games or this or that are cheaper nowadays. And I'm like, dude, look at the price. It says this price, right? But like, this is what it actually cost grandma and grandpa back then. They busted their butts, you know, and that's why I bust my butt, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I didn't get my first Nintendo console until I bought my own N64, and it was the golden N64 that I have today, sitting right there. That's mine, that I bought in like 2000 at Toys R Us. Wow. And I bought the N64 late in its life cycle.
Oh yeah, super late in its life cycle.
Yeah, but the first game I got for that was Pokemon Stadium, and then I missed the GameCube, and I was playing my N64 and PS1 up until like 2003.
Wow.
When I got my PS2. And then the next year, I got an Xbox. Yeah. My parents fucking spoiled the shit out of me when it came to Christmas. Kev Called says, I wonder if parents were more on board with buying it because it could play CDs for music. Yeah, I'm not sure because, like, Sony, too, was very... I mean, they were like a tech company back then. They were a sound company, a optics company. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I know this brand. You know, this isn't like Nintendo was like from the NES and onward. We're trying to not sell as a video game system because Atari had tarnished that. They wanted it to come off across as a toy, and that's why like the Famicom and the NES look so different, is because we had the video game crash here in the United States, right? Because Atari just kept making shit game after shit game, or publishing them or whatever, allowing them. So the NES looks the way it does here is because they wanted it to look like a VHS player, something that looked significantly different than your standard run-of-the-mill game console at the time, had a cartridge sticking up on top and stuff.
Yeah. That's actually smart.
Yeah. Locke says, I got the best story of how I acquired my first PS1. My friend had one and it quit working. So I took it back to Toys R Us in 1996 and they gave me a brand new one. Laugh my ass off without a receipt. Holy shit.
Oh
and that is why one of the reasons why Toys R Us is only operating out of Macy's stores now. And then Kev Called says, right, they killed it with the Walkman a decade before. Yeah. And so there's like the initial release version of the PS1, and then there's one after that. Not the little slim, like light gray one. Yeah. Not that one. But there was another version. The initial PS1, it has a little latch that you can open up out of the back. And it's for hooking it up to your speakers.
What?
Yeah, so it's got the red and the white. And my PS1 that I have, it's that. It's the original one.
Dude,
so you can boom.
Dude, I remember back then when I was younger, like we always wanted to hook our gaming system to a sound system. And they had that built into it. That's really
because
cool.
Again, Sony music, you know.
Yeah.
Sony's got its own record label even, you know. So, yeah.
Do you still have that PS1 or no?
Yeah, it's in the comic book bin. It's like an ottoman. It's like what the fucking Christmas pile is sitting on over there. I got like tons of comics, strategy guides, and
that one right there.
Yeah, a couple of systems in there as well.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start the audio portion again to the podcast. Oops. In 3, 2, 1. All right, and we are back from that break, Square Squad. I can't fucking do it. I can't fucking do it.
The way you fucking say it.
Oh, new year, same shit.
You broke immediately. My God, Square Squad.
I fucking couldn't, dude. Oh my God, I couldn't. All right, so it's the new year, right?
Would you like a lozenge?
I'm good, man. That fucking reminds me real quick. There is a Mr. Bean skit. I fucking love Mr. Bean. I don't know if you guys are fans of Rowan Atkinson's amazing work of the late 80s and early 90s character. There's a skit where he goes on vacation and he goes to a hotel, gets all of his luggage checked or whatever. The bellboy comes and loads it all up. And the bellboy brings him up to his room, rolls in his luggage, and then he's just standing there with his hand out, right? He's got the white gloves on, looking all fucking proper, standing out there with his hand on. And and Mr. Bean's like, I don't know. And then the bellboy goes right? He covers his mouth, does that cough come on, bro, give me a tip.
Yeah.
And then he puts his hand out again, and Mr. Bean goes, oh, oh, and he puts his finger up in there I got it. And I'm only describing it like this for our audio listeners.
Yeah.
And he reaches into his coat, and then he puts his hand over the bellhop's hand, and then he, puts the tip in his hand, and it's a fucking throat lozenge. And Mr. Bean looks at him, and the boy looks confused, and he looks at him, and he's just put it in your mouth. And then he just fucking closes the door on him.
Oh my, I can already hear the noises that he makes in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Bean.
Oh man.
Mr. Bean.
It's crazy that dude has a PhD in physics or some shit like that.
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious, man.
He has a PhD in comedy too, cause fucking A.
So anyways, New Year. Oh, hold on, I got a text from the wife.
Oh man. Is it about the lasagna?
No, she's heading out now, and apparently Wayne did something to the dishwasher. Fucking dog. Anyways, oh yeah, I needed my phone. We're off to a great start in this new year. I'm just saying. All right, so
some things never change.
I had the idea of okay, new landscape for the whole year. New stories are developing within professional wrestling. Lots of news to even talk about in professional wrestling as well, with free agencies and whatnot. WWE let go a lot of wrestlers in the fourth quarter of the year last year.
With that big purchase.
With the big purchase of the TKO takeover and all that. So there's I think their 90-day non-compete clauses were up December 26th or something like that.
Oh, wow. 2
wrestlers have already released vignettes that they had filmed with professional fucking movie studio fucking quality too. Wow. Of their new, personas and whatnot. So I thought today while I was at work just painting a room, I was like, what are some things I want to see happen in professional wrestling this year? So I wrote down a couple of things.
Curious.
Yeah. And then you can also, think about it while I'm talking as well.
Yeah.
My mustache, dude, keeps getting in my fucking mouth. All right. So I wrote down here on my notes in my phone, I said, things I need to see happen in professional wrestling in 2024. Number 1, and this is going to be a little more AEW heavy, I will say that. Not because I'm biased, but it's just what I watch more. More Britt Baker is the first thing I put on there.
Explain.
I think Britt Baker had 4 matches this whole year.
What?
And she's the face of the women's division in AEW.
Yeah.
She was the very first person signed to AEW, as a matter of fact. So she was not the inaugural champion, but she was, I think, the longest reigning women's champion in the division as well. She's the most over female wrestler in the company. And their women's division is pretty stacked. We've talked at length. I have to sneeze. Oh, thank you. We've talked at length, let me sound smart, at nauseum.
Oh my god.
Of the problems, in AEW, and one of them being, the women's division and stuff, and how they don't get enough matches, so on and so forth. She is a figurehead of the company and definitely needs to be seen more on screen, at least in fucking interviews at the very bare minimum. Her in-ring work is good. And I understand too, like, she is a fucking dentist. She has her own practice as well. So I understand the whole, having to go back and forth and this or that.
That's what I was thinking.
Locke says, was that a Michael Jackson sneeze?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I try to do it like that every time we're streaming, just to be stupid.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I need to see more Britt Baker on AEW television. Whether it be just her trying to climb the ranks on her own again to try to touch that gold, or building a stable, and then maybe another women's rival stable happens.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But that is one thing that I would really like to see in AEW this year. Another thing that I would like to see in All Elite Wrestling is the rankings system coming back.
Ooh, yeah.
The Continental Classic has just wrapped up with this past pay-per-view, World's End. And that was a tournament set up where wins and losses definitely matter. And your wins scored you points within the tournament because it was a round-robin system tournament where if you won, you got 3 points. If you lost, you got none. If you got a tie, you got 1 point each. Tally up all the scores at the end, and that's how you got your winners and who moved on to the semifinals and then finals. All that tournament did was prove, and that tournament was like the best thing that AEW produced this entire year or last year. And all it did was prove that good professional wrestling matches will make stories for you.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
like, you don't need to worry about. There are so many people who say, like, oh, you need more stories than wrestling matches in professional wrestling. No, because the professional wrestling match itself is a vehicle for storytelling.
Yeah.
You look at a match between, like for instance, the final match at the pay-per-view between Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Eddie Kingston has never beaten Jon Moxley in their 15 years of encountering each other.
Really?
Ever. And not just in AEW, obviously, of course. Eddie Kingston entered the tournament putting both of his belts up on the line. One from New Japan and one from Ring of Honor. He put those belts up for grabs. Immediately went 0-2 in the tournament. And now you're going, holy shit. Homeboy is going to fucking lose everything.
Oh.
And the tournament as well was stacked with the killers of the company, pretty much.
Yeah.
Give or take a couple of guys. Look at that. Right there. Boom, bam. Story.
Exactly.
Stakes. You know what I'm saying? So if you bring back the rankings system, it's very black and white and plain and simple.
I mean, yeah, like, you're right about it. It creates stories on its own because it's like, let's say, for shits and giggles, Eddie and Orange Cassidy end up, battling it out in the rankings.
Yeah.
Originally, they don't have any beef with each other. All of a sudden, Eddie wins like 2 to 3 times against him.
Yeah.
Like every time they eventually run into each other. He wins 3 times in a row. Now Orange, no matter what, his goal is to beat Eddie. Like, his focus isn't so much on the tournament or the rankings, whatever, to beat Eddie.
Yeah. And we've talked about this too within our episode where we pretty much talked about the problems in AEW and how to fix them.
Yeah.
So next up, I have more women's matches in AEW. This is something that I think the company is starting to finally address.
Nice.
There were 3. Yeah. No. Hold on. Oh my God. No. Yes. Okay. Sorry. There were 3 women's matches on the pay-per-view.
Wow.
Granted, one of them was on the 0 hour.
That's still.
But still, it was like 3 matches in total surrounding the entire event.
That's still progress.
And 2 of them were title matches.
Ooh.
So, even better.
Either way, that's progress because most most pay-per-views, throughout the whole thing, they only have one match.
Yeah. Well, even on the regular televised programs as well,
Yeah.
it's typically one. There was a Collision 2 or 3 weeks ago that had 2 women's matches, but one of them was a squash. So it ended fairly quickly.
Okay.
But I think they're finally starting to get it. And also, too, AEW kind of got an injury bug lately this past year.
A lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. Like their Jamie Hayter, do you remember her? She was the women's champ.
Mm-hmm.
She was Britt Baker's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's been out for almost a year now with injury.
Oof.
I think it was a back or shoulder injury. But she's rumored to be ready to come back. There's another wrestler, Serena Deeb. She's one of the veterans in that division. She was out because she was suffering from random onset, I think it was seizures.
Ooh, did she have a really bad head injury or something?
No, her doctors couldn't figure it out and stuff, but she's
shit.
cleared now. At the pay-per-view, they showed her vignette of her pretty much coming back.
Ooh,
So now
nice.
she's coming back. And then there's also a couple of women's free agents that are very hot right now that are all but shown on television that they're going to AEW.
Ooh.
So,
Nice.
yeah, like, it looks good for the women's division, but I need to see it. You know what I mean? I need to see it happen.
Yeah, they can't allude to it and then do nothing with it.
Yeah, and they can't. One thing that I'm very fucking scared about with AEW is they'll sign people, show them off for 2 weeks, and then you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, that's the issue with having such a bloated roster. You know, I mean, there's a few ways they can get around that. But,
Yeah.
you know, we talked about that already.
The next one I have up is believable combat in WWE.
Wow,
Like,
that's asking a lot.
it is. And so, like, I say that, right? And last night on Raw, they called it Day 1. Because, you know, it was
New
Day
Year.
1 of the new year. It
Yeah.
was the first, literally. There was a tag team match that took place last night between 2 members of Imperium, which is Gunther's group, you know, the Intercontinental Champion, and Kofi Kingston and someone else. I don't remember. I didn't watch it, but I watched like the recaps and stuff. Kofi Kingston either knocked out or concussed one of the guys from Imperium. I think it was Giovanni Vinci or something like that, with a drop kick.
Oh, wow.
It made like full contact. Dude dropped to the mat, body and back of the head bounce. So I say believable combat, and then that happens, right? And they stopped the match like immediately too. It wasn't a work; it was like a legit injury.
Ooh.
And that's crazy too, because Kofi Kingston is like a very tenured veteran and probably one of the safest workers you would think would be in that company. But it happens. But either way, I want to see more believable combat in WWE. That's one of the reasons why I don't watch it, is because the matches seem so rehearsed and almost it's not like you're watching a ballet. It's like you're watching a fucking elementary school stage play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate it too when, and I get it, but I hate it when, and I see this only on fucking WWE, complete misses on drop kicks, punches, and the other wrestlers still selling it.
Yeah.
Like, it's very clear that did not hit you. Don't sell it.
Yeah.
Let them try to hit you again.
So yeah, and that's one of my issues with, you know, rehearsed matches like that, is that if it ever comes down to a situation where you actually end up getting hit, because you're not used to it, you don't know how to react, or your body's not used to that kind of impact.
Yeah.
You have no way of, like, you're going to get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you don't do that normally.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, of course, they both have their pluses and negatives.
Yeah.
Positives and negatives and all that. But
Yeah.
that's for another conversation.
Another thing I wrote down is Chad Gable gets treated better in WWE. Chad Gable is an Olympian level wrestler. Got signed with WWE. He's not a very big guy. Like he's short. They made a mockery of him in the King of the Ring tournament back in like 2018 or 2019 and renamed him Shorty G.
Really?
Because one of the guys that he was going up against, Baron Corbin, is like close to 7 foot tall.
Fuck.
So, you know, they played on the whole short gimmick and they renamed him Shorty G for a fucking time.
That's disrespectful.
It's fucking stupid. And anyways, Olympic level wrestler, and as for as short as he is, he's pretty fucking jacked and lean. So like, it still works out. Like he looks impressive as shit. And when he has his like good matches, you know, that are programmed to be good, he fucking shines and excels. And the dude's not young by any means. I think he's like 35, 36. I would like to see the guy get his fucking flowers, you know, before it's like too late and it ends up becoming one of those things where he's like retired and then all of a sudden everyone appreciates what he does.
Yeah.
He's had some amazing matches with Gunther this past year, where it came like, oh my god, I think he's gonna fucking beat Gunther for that IC title. Holy shit. And then it didn't happen. But I would like to see that happen and take place. He leads right now a stable called the Alpha Academy, with him, Otis, and this chick. Oh my god, what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. Something Dupree. Maxine Dupree. So yeah, I would like to see him be the guy to finally end Gunther's reign, which is now the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign in WWE or WWF history. And then the last thing is I have here, I didn't write it down, but it was something I thought of, is for Roman Reigns to lose the fucking title.
He still hasn't lost?
He still has it.
Oh my god.
And a development happened last night on Raw, as a matter of fact, where The Rock came out.
Too little too late, man.
Yeah, The Rock came out and started talking shit to Jinder Mahal, who is a ex WWE world champion. Started talking shit, got the whole crowd to chant "Day One asshole" or something like that, you know. And then he was like, "All right, San Diego, you know, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Do you think I should sit at a booth, or you think I should sit at a bar?" Everyone was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Yeah, I love a bar." And he goes, "But what if I sit at the head of the table?" You know, and so now people are like, holy fuck, is The Rock now going to take Cody Rhodes' place and wrestle Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Because the whole thing is Cody Rhodes went back to WWE to finish the story.
Yeah.
Get the belt back for his family. And now it's like, well, shit. Cody, I think fucking WWE signed you so AEW couldn't have you. Because they promised you this and that and da-da-da-da-da, and you didn't fucking win, you know, last WrestleMania. You lost to some bullshit fucking interference, and now looks like your WrestleMania main event might be in fucking jeopardy because good old Dwayne Johnson is now available for you.
Yeah.
To, you know, because the whole thing initially was Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock, was going to wrestle Roman Reigns this past WrestleMania.
Oh.
But timing didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
But now, all of a sudden, you know, I don't know.
They just promised him that, but they never told him when it would happen.
Yeah.
It could be next year, it could be this year, it could be 10 years from now.
Yeah, Locke says, OMG, I just started going down the rabbit hole of watching food videos on YouTube. Now I'm starving. What are you doing? I thought you were watching us. Are you not entertained?
Oh, man.
I know we lose people with the pro wrestling talk, but, you know, it is what it is. And then Snark says, hey, Cody, told you so. Yeah. So, there's a fucking clip, dude. It happened at one of the pay-per-views. I don't remember which one it was, but Cody Rhodes took a sledgehammer to a throne and then bashed the throne and it like crumbled or whatever. And it was to symbolize the sledgehammer is Triple H's weapon.
Oh.
And Triple H used to come out on a fucking throne and shit. It was to symbolize all of that stuff. And it was like that and then him losing WrestleMania. So it had like that clip also playing simultaneously with him losing at WrestleMania. And someone in the crowd yelling, Triple H, don't forget!
Damn.
And Triple H is now head of creative in WWE, so...
He took that personally.
Oh, fuck, I would have. And especially with someone's ego as big as his nose, Triple H. You know.
Well,
I don't feel bad for Cody.
Why would you?
When he left AEW, I was like, okay, look, you probably left, and he says it in his documentary on Peacock that just came out this past year. He says, because they ask him straight up, like, why did you leave AEW or whatever? He says he left because of a personal disagreement. I think it was when Tony Khan took creative control away from the Elite, which are the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman, and Cody, and took on creative by himself. I think that was when Cody was like, fuck, I can't book myself as a superstar anymore. You know what I mean?
But then again, at the same time, that causes issues in the company if you book yourself as a superstar all the fucking time.
Yeah. Read Locke's fucking comment.
Oh, wait, first he said, I have you up on my phone. This was on my PC. Okay, fair enough, Locke, fair enough. This lady made a hamburger pie casserole. OMG, it looks so good.
Can you post the link?
Oh my god.
Yeah, please.
That's crazy. A hamburger. That's crazy already. A hamburger pie.
Yeah.
But it's a casserole too? How do you even do that?
I don't know. So I need the link. Where's the sauce?
It's for research purposes.
Yeah. All right. So we've got 7 minutes, Josh, before we have to restart the audio recording. Are there any things in particular that you would want to see in professional wrestling? Are there any things in particular that you would want to see in professional wrestling as a very casual viewer for yourself this year?
As a very casual viewer, I would probably say more interaction between different companies. You know, like how they had the Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, because that's cool as shit.
Forbidden Door and Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit, because, like, you literally... Like, if you're just watching AEW, you eventually just get used to that.
Brittany says, I need that link. Locke, post the link.
Looks like everybody's getting lost in the sauce today.
Fucking hate you, Josh. Oh, man.
Welcome
That
to
was
my
good.
side of the world.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, man.
That was good.
All right. Yeah, no. Because, like, if you just watch AEW or just watch WWE, you get used to, like, just one company's style.
Yeah.
But when you watch stuff like that, like the Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega matches were some of the best fucking matches I've ever seen. Those were wild.
Yeah, I don't see it on the chat. Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
sounds good. Snark says, hook us all up, and then the quartering... Oh, not the quartering. God damn it. Fucking Locke says, I did. Did you two block it? I'll send it on Twitter. But yeah, Will Ospreay is now All Elite, by the way. He got signed.
Yeah, I remember that. But
huge news.
Still, I mean, like, either way, you know, originally he was with New Japan.
Yeah.
So, seeing stuff like that would be very... How do I put it? It'd get more people into it.
I think it's integral for the business to grow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I think it is... look it. I'm gonna try to keep this as economically time usage as possible. I know that didn't make sense, but it made sense. WWE is so up their own ass, it's going to eventually one day create their downfall.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, to hop onto your point, I think I just got the link, Locke, thank you. I saw my phone light up with the X.
Man.
What I mean by that is, they will not work with anyone else, and they refer to their fans as the WWE Universe. That means if they were to ever work with anyone, they would have to enter the multiverse. And Lord knows everyone's got a fucking multiverse these days. But
yeah,
I would love to see a fucking pay-per-view. And this, again, is why WWE is so fucking stupid. Because you could sell out fucking Wembley Stadium. You could sell out a fucking the largest NFL stadium in the United States if you did a fucking pay-per-view. One pay-per-view. WWE versus AEW.
oh my god, people would lose their
Fucking call it
minds.
Worlds Collide.
Right? Right?
You know? Or,
Universe of Madness or some shit.
yeah.
Like, if you really want to go
Yeah.
with the whole...
And you fucking...
Oh my god.
Pay-per-views would sell like fucking fire.
Dude, like, hotcakes ain't got nothing on that.
No. Yeah, no. Like,
Dude, like, if you want to talk about the internet blowing up, that shit would fucking... It's an atomic explosion.
and the thing of it is, Tony Khan proposed that to them a while ago. Shot down immediately.
Honestly, though, it was a little too early for that. Because, like, you got to build that suspense first. It's been a few years.
Well,
now is a perfect time.
yesterday was AEW's 5th birthday.
Now is a perfect
Dude,
time.
I'm just saying, and you've got wrestlers from WWE and AEW right now.
Dude, the fucking...
Like,
you could create the craziest fucking storyline
like
that.
you could have someone like Miro, for example, who was in WWE. What was his name? Rusev. His name was Rusev in WWE. You could have him wrestle fucking like someone else and then be like, you again.
Right?
And then the promos would be fucking fire. What? You're not here anymore? You got fucking scared? You decided to change your name? What are you, a fucking little bit? You know what I'm saying?
Like, that could literally go for both.
Oh
fucking
my
sides.
god.
Like, that would sell... They would have to purchase another fucking stadium just to be able to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Started in the fucking parking lot.
There would not
Parking
be
lot
enough fucking
brawl.
tickets. There would not be enough tickets.
Open it with a fucking in the 0 hour with a parking lot brawl, and you got everyone fucking tailgating and shit. Lead it into the stadium. You know, you get the fucking pin. Fuck in the ring. Fireworks go off. Welcome to WWE versus AEW.
Yeah.
Worlds collide. You know, one time only. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Like, bro, that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, but no, fucking Triple H is too busy calling AEW a pissant company. Meanwhile, AEW set the record for most attended fucking live audience of a professional wrestling event ever. But anyways, we'll be right back with this audio portion in just a second.
Snark says, and don't fuck it up like the invasion angle.
Yeah, that was a shame. So that was when WWF at the time bought WCW.
Nah.
And they were setting up this WCW invasion, and it did not work at all. And like the problem with that too was, and it's the same thing with the problem with this, not to a fucking degree as back then though, is WWF, especially Vince McMahon, kept burying WCW, saying they're a lesser company, they have lesser talent, their wrestlers aren't as good as our wrestlers. So when they bought WCW, it was like, ha, I bought you guys, you know, I bought my competition, you know, you guys aren't as good as us, you know, whatever. So it was like, so then what's the importance of you buying them and them coming in trying to invade?
Yeah.
Like, if you're saying they're not good and you keep making all of them lose, you're burying your own employees now.
Yeah.
You know, it was stupid. It was fucking stupid. And they treated fucking Booker T like a bitch.
Fuck, really? Booker T of all people?
Yeah. Booker T had because he was a 5-time WCW champion. And they had him wrestle Triple H. And everything was building up to Booker T was going to win, and then Triple H just fucking won. And this was during Triple H's fucking, like, reign of terror, where he was, like, unbeatable. Yeah. Locke says, I remember that WWE, WCW stuff. I was watching back during the Attitude Era. That was, like, wrestling's peak, man. The Attitude Era was fucking insane. And, like, was all of it fucking God tier content? Absolutely not. There was a lot of fucking very lowbrow content in the Attitude Era. Like, women were relegated to bra and panties matches. You know what I mean? Like, they were not taken seriously as wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. Sark says, and now Booker T is a fucking WWE yes man.
Yeah, he is. Like, he's a NXT commentator, and he's on a lot of their pre-shows for their PLEs, or Premium Live Events, which are their pay-per-views on Peacock. But he is, like, a company man through and through. I don't know why, because that company... Dude, have you ever seen that clip of Vince McMahon walking up to John Cena, and he's like, what's up, homie? You know, he's trying to be all, like, gangster and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he walks by Booker T, and then he goes, what's up, ma? And then proceeds to say the N-word right to Booker T's face on live TV.
I remember that.
Booker T's just like, huh? You know, and Vince McMahon does his little fucking dumb Vince McMahon walk away.
I never understood why he did that walk.
But it's like...
Yeah, I know, like, why would
And you're a fucking yes man to this company now?
They must have paid him some serious fucking money.
Yeah. Or something. Locke says, we never got to see Goldberg versus Austin, did we? It has some of the best storylines. Yeah. What? LOL. I need to go see this clip. Yeah, it's on YouTube, dude. It is totally on YouTube.
Yeah, he showed me, like, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long ago when he showed me.
Yeah. It's bad. It's fucking bad. And he says it with, like, a pop to it at the end.
It's so fucking cringy. You're like, ugh. Like, the thing is, like, I'm from the fucking hood. Well, somewhat hood.
Georgia. Atlanta.
Yeah. I've met white dudes that said that word. And it sounds natural coming from them. Seeing this guy say it, you're just like... It's like he's speaking Chinese. It's so fucking weird.
Look it up and then come back to the chat.
Yeah.
just fucking YouTube, like, Vince McMahon, Booker T. That's all you gotta do, and you'll see it.
It's so fucking bad.
It's a backstage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we never did get Stone Cold versus Goldberg, which is something I really wish would have happened.
Dude, I remember my younger self always wanting to, like, now seeing that comment, I'm like, bro, I remember wanting to see that.
Yeah. Two bald, jacked white guys with goatees, you know?
One drinking beer, one spearing people.
Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah.
Younger me would have gone for Goldberg, but, you know, that's just me.
Dude, and that was my problem, too, is I was a big Stone Cold fan back in the day.
Yeah.
But I was one of those channel flippers. I would go constantly. It was Monday night, and they were both on at the same time.
Oh.
The only benefit to WCW was Nitro was live.
Yeah.
Raw wasn't. Raw was pre-taped. So sometimes Nitro would give spoilers to what's happening on Raw. They'd be like, don't even bother switching the channel. So-and-so just beat so-and-so. Stick here where the action is live. You know?
That's funny.
Locke says, yeah, he said my end to Cena, and then Booker was there and said, tell me he did not. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. It's the way he says it, too. Horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
All right, let me blow my nose before we continue
right,
to the
yeah.
next topic.
Yeah. My favorite, though, I will say this. Oh, yeah, of course, Snark. That was really bad. But, WWF at the time, they were called WWF, had one of the best fucking segments ever with Booker T and Stone Cold. It was this whole series of vignettes. I don't remember how long the time span lasted, but it was Stone Cold essentially stalking Booker T in public places. And you would see Booker T be paranoid out in public, you know, he'd be hiding at a bingo hall or at a fucking like 7-Eleven, or not a gas station, the grocery store.
I don't remember that
And
video.
that is like annual viewing for me. Maybe twice a year I will be watching this fucking segment or vignette. It's pretty much a match. It's a match between Booker T and Stone Cold in a Kroger grocery store, and it's fucking amazing. If you've ever seen the GIF of Stone Cold like cheersing with a gallon of milk and then drinking it or whatever,
It's from that.
it's from that. It is just so fucking good. They caused over like $10,000 worth of damage in the grocery store. It's just fucking insane.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it, like, in
exactly.
November.
Locke says, wasn't that the classic Stone Cold milk scene in the store? Yeah, that's it. And they have it on its entirety on YouTube as well, and that's where I watch it, and it's so funny. Like,
Yeah, you just watched.
Yeah.
We just watched it like in November.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
You know, you just hear like Stone Cold like trying to ring up Booker T, and he's like, price check on Jackass. You know, like he's like, I remember this one part when he's like squirting condiments all over Booker T, and he's like, "Hey, Booker," he's like, "You like mustard? I myself am a Grey Poupon man." You know, he's just squirting.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, what the fuck? They were just they were finding anything and everything to just fuck each other up with. I remember when they were in the back, and it was funny too because I don't think those grocery shoppers knew what the fuck was going on.
If that's true, that's even fucking better.
Because you see them and they're just like, what the fuck is going on? You know, there's oh god, what aisle? It's like they're going down like the baking aisle or whatever, and Stone Cold brings up pizza, right, and like flour, and he's like covering Booker in flour, and he goes, "When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie," and then he has like a French bread roll or something. He goes, "That's amore." It's just so fucking good, dude. Oh my god. The old Stone Cold Vince vibes or vids were the best thing on Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. Oh yeah. When he was God, I remember this one segment where Stone Cold stunnered like the entire McMahon family. All in the ring, yeah.
Oh man.
Like each one came walking. He even got fucking Linda, like his wife.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Fucking great.
How did Vince convince them to get Stone
Bro,
Cold
they're all
Stunner?
fucking a bunch of carnies, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go take a leak real quick.
All right.
You do your thing.
We'll get started with the recording. Oh man. See, I don't remember I remember the Stone Cold video. It's funny because like I remembered it vaguely, and then Nick showed me it again. I was like, oh shit, I remember this, but I don't really remember much of that stuff back then because I was a little bit too young to really be watching that, and I don't remember half of it. I just remember thinking Goldberg was my favorite wrestler. That's all I really remember. Lock PSB, the cement trunk dumping concrete in Vince's Corvette. Oh, I gotta see that. Actually, let me use my phone real quick. As much of a piece of crap Vincent McMahon was, I gotta give him props for, allowing that kind of stuff to happen. Granted, when you have that kind of money, you don't give a shit. Corvette. Ooh. What the fuck?
What?
Locke said the cement trunk dumping concrete in Vince's Corvette.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, too.
I looked it up. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Snark says, oh shit, that was epic.
Or like when he drove up a fucking like a beer truck and it had like a beer hose. It was like a fucking fire hose, but it was filled with beer. And it was like Kurt Angle, I think The Rock might have been in the ring, and Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. And he just like pulled up and just fucking like right up to the ring and was spraying them all down. Like they all got knocked down by the force of the fucking beer and shit. Snark says the passenger side window getting shattered was what broke me. Yeah, it's fucking epic, bro. All right, you about ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get on the next segment here. Let me pull up my notes.
Man.
All right, ready? God damn.
I know.
All right, and we're back recording the audio only portion of this podcast. Go ahead and read Locke here. He says, I'm going to eat dinner now. Peace out, guys. I'll lurk on the PC. Yeah, man, you enjoy your food. And then Snark says, and then Kurt Angle did his own version with a milk truck. Yeah, that's right.
That's great.
So there's this channel called My Life in Gaming.
Okay.
And this dude had like the foresight to record a bunch of old shit from like his childhood onward in gaming, basically from like late 80s, early 90s, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure not all of it was like his recording, like his dad probably fucking family camera or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the channel, but every now and then he'll pop up on my feed. And he had a clip or something like that, a video rather. I think it was on YouTube or Facebook. Irrelevant, either way. And it was called The Tragic State of Gaming in 2024. And it was about how, like multiplayer gaming and stuff used to bring people together. And then nowadays it's very isolating.
Yeah.
How you just pop on a headset and you're online, and most of the times people don't even talk, and if they do talk, it's just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And how he's like, it's really sad that kids nowadays won't really know the experience of like having a friend come over with their controller and sitting around and ordering a pizza on a Friday night and gaming and going through all that stuff. And I was thinking to myself as I was watching this video, I was like, yeah, to a certain degree, like that is true, especially for, your single guys out there, that maybe don't really have friends, who just wake up, go to work, do something, and then come home.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, but too, like you also do have people who have friends to this day, you know what I mean? And I understand he's more or less talking about the kid side of things and whatnot. And I'm not a kid, so I don't know what it's like to be a kid in this time frame.
Yeah.
Or in this era.
Me neither.
I do have a kid, right? She's 9, and she has sleepovers. We have her friends here, or she'll go over to her friends. They're not all the time, and I don't think I had sleepovers all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
But when I did, they were fucking epic and fun.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I think he's half right and half wrong.
I can agree with that.
I don't think this tragic state of gaming in 2024 is really going to stay or last. Because you and I, while we might be outliers, are also a living example of why that's not true.
Yeah.
Because when we have a group of 3 or more, hey, bring your controller.
Yeah.
Hey, bring your controller. And we're all playing fucking Royal Rumble or something. And then even 2, or go ahead, you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, is like, I understand if it's a concern that eventually it's going to die out, though. A lot of games, but more so games like the big popular games, like Call of Duty, are going, like, moving away from couch co-op or couch multiplayer, which that's what I dislike. But they're not the only game companies out there.
No.
So.
And as a matter of fact, yeah, there's like a... There are too many game developers out there to even name.
Oh, yeah.
These days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even with the big games, was it last year? No. Almost 2 years ago now, we started running through Halos
Oh, yeah.
in the Master Chief Collection. And
We still got to continue.
I know. And Streets of Rage 4 we
Yeah.
did. You know, and there's still like tons of other games that we could do. So like that statement or opinion or point doesn't necessarily translate to us,
Yeah.
but I do think about it and I'm like, okay, if I didn't have friends, what would multiplayer gaming look like for me? And it would just look like what he says. Just online, headset on, maybe not even on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're practically playing against bots at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like very advanced AI at that point. I get it. But then that also depends on what kind of games you're playing.
Yeah. Continue this point. Brittany needs help at the door.
All right. Yeah, so one point I was...
We're recording, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. One point I was going to bring up is that, for example, in Destiny, it's a game I play a lot. And I actually play with a group of guys. Like, granted, I started playing with my brother-in-law. He's the one who got me started. But there's a lot of people like my brother-in-law that are very outgoing, very energetic, very kind. And are willing to, like, integrate newer people into the group. What started off with just me, him, and one of his other friends ended up turning out into about 12 of us, you know, from all across the country, and even one guy from England, like he's British, you know. So,
Come back, gifts.
woo-hoo, yeah. So, one, like, you know, there are people out there that are willing to, you know. All right, so to kind of recap what I just said, because I didn't say too much.
Yeah.
Like games like Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there are people out there that are like, you know, willing to integrate more people into their friend groups. You know, very
Sure.
outgoing, like my brother-in-law. You know, what it started off with just me, him, and then one other friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's very outgoing, very kind, very well spoken. And because of him, our group grew from just 3 of us to about 12 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, there was a guy that he met through a random, you know. That's one thing I like about Destiny is, like, it has a very toxic community, but at the same time, it has a very welcoming side as well.
Okay.
They have a looking for group thing that you can join on Discord,
Okay.
which Destiny, like, Bungie right now...
Fucking Monster Hunter needs that.
Right? Bungie is actively, you know, working to implement something similar, well, which they already did. It's called Fire Team Finder. You can literally create like a group and be like, hey, I'm looking for people for this activity.
Okay.
You need help with this. You can be like, all right, I want people that are a little serious, people that are calm, chill, peaceful, whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really cool that they're promoting that kind of stuff because it helps promote the community, you know, to like get to know each other.
Right.
You know, and because of my my brother-in-law, Chris, because he's very outgoing, very kind and all that, met up with one other dude doing LFGs, which is looking for groups for a raid because none of us were on, and he hit it off really well with the guy, and now we play almost every single day with him and his crew.
Yeah.
So
And that's how it really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, remember the time you and I were playing Call of Duty? And most of the time, guys, like when I say we play Call of Duty at my house, we're just swapping the controller back and forth. You know,
Yeah.
like you play this match and I'll do the next one. There was that team. It was like 2 friends or maybe 3. It was a guy and a girl, and they were chatting a lot back and forth, and that's hard to find. I think in the at least in the servers that I'm in, like I never get people who are talking.
even in mine.
Yeah, and it's funny because it'll show like everyone is mic'd up, but no one fucking talks.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, these people are cool. I'm gonna fucking friend request them.
Yeah.
You know, have I played with them again? No, but had I like sought after that, I was like, hey, you know, I'm the guy. You know, like they probably would have fucking worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think multiplayer gaming or gaming in a group environment is not going to go away anytime soon.
No.
You still have party games. You still have your wrestling games, your sports games, racing games, etc., etc. And those titles very much do benefit off of local multiplayer.
Definitely.
You know.
Which I was going to bring up a point. I think one reason that the state of gaming is the way it is, especially because of games like Call of Duty, where Call of Duty is like when you're playing with friends, you're very like reserved with who you interact with majority of the time. If
you're not even in a party.
Yeah. If you're
like
not in a
like
party.
a private party, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that stems from the fact that a lot of gamers are very reserved people.
Yeah.
And that's what's causing the issue.
And it's not so much like they're antisocial either.
Yeah, no.
It's just reserved.
Yeah. That's why I use the word reserved.
Yeah.
It's not...
I just wanted to clarify that, you know.
No, and you're right. It's not that they're antisocial.
Because, I mean, I'm a gamer. I am, at heart, an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like going places. I don't like being around a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I'm very, like, Bruce Banner, Hulk, when it comes to being in a place with a lot of people. Like, I fucking hate it, and I feel like I'm just about to fucking... You're gonna see... The camera will zoom out from behind my back, and you're just going to see me running through the crowd and people flying as I'm running, you know, and flailing. But I'm also very extroverted at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I'm both. I have my phases.
Ambivert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omnivert.
That ain't... No. I was going to make a joke, but I was like, no. It includes... pervert.
Oh, don't. No.
That is fuck with you. But,
I'm very... What is the word? When you're not, like, all open about that shit.
Conservative?
Not even that. It's like a slang word.
Slang word?
Well, it's not slang. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, you're very locked up about that.
Closed?
No, there's a fucking word, bro.
Introvert.
No. No. When you're not like all about like the sexual preferences or this or that, you know what I mean?
A normal person?
No. There's a word, and it's fucking making me mad. I don't know what it is right now. Prude. Ah, it's prude. That's the word.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm a prude. How did we get there?
Because I said it includes perv.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. God damn it, Josh.
Because you started off with
I fucking hate you.
Started off with omnivert.
I need to take more fish oils, man. Get
Oh
my
my god.
brain working better. Oh my god. Go ahead. Anyways.
All right. Fucking, I'm lost. What were we talking about again? The state of gaming.
Multiplayer gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It pretty much just stems from people just
Oh my
being,
God.
way too, like, shut in when they're playing by themselves.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that whenever you, like Call of Duty, especially, like you said, whenever it's, like, a group of 2 or more, they're very talkative.
Yeah.
But if you play with them by yourself, they're very quiet. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like people I don't know. I don't know
Well,
what to say.
It's like that time, Tony, you and myself we're all at our own homes, and we logged on, played Call of Duty together. I noticed when we weren't talking, no one was talking. But if we started talking to each other, then other people started chiming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think what we should start doing as gamers, is whenever we're playing in a group setting, try to include more people.
Yeah.
And like that's what we do,
In an online setting, is that what you're saying?
in online setting. Yeah. And that's one thing I enjoy about games like MMOs, where the whole point of them is to work together.
Yeah.
So it kind of forces you into that, and you
Leroy Jenkins!
right. And since it forces,
God
you
damn it,
into
Leroy!
since it forces into that, you kind of like are forced to make friends, or not to enjoy the game to its fullest.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's hard. I suck at talking with people online. If I'm by myself, or it's one, and it's like 2 of us, and a third person that's unknown joins, very bad at it. Luckily, my brother-in-law is fucking fantastic at it, so that's how we got more people.
You would think that podcasting would help you out with that. You used to be, I don't want to be on camera.
Oh, I know.
And then now you're on camera. And, like, that was how I got you to do the podcast in the beginning. I was like, dude, it's just going to be us. We'll just be talking.
I know.
The microphone, pretend it's not even there. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let's go live. And you're like, shit, okay.
Yeah.
And then now we go live. And then we had our panel in front of people, and you
know.
were fucking fine.
See, the thing is, like, if there's a topic to art, like, that's to be talked about, that's predetermined, I can think about stuff.
Well, then okay, here's a tip for all you introverted people out there in the multiplayer gaming atmosphere.
Yeah.
And this is like a real thing. I'm not trying to be like facetious or funny or anything. I think something that would help people out is having conversation, and it's very basic, but having conversation starters preloaded in your mind, ready to go, with the caveat in the background of your mind, knowing that there's going to be fucking assholes and idiots online.
True.
And if it's a I hate saying the word, but if it's a toxic environment, to have a conversation in good faith, then just turn your mic off. You can mute players. Because I will say this, I am one of those naively innocent people. I am very innocent-minded and very naive to the evils of the world. And, I will log on to Call of Duty and say, like, hey, what's up, guys? And then you just hear, shut up, bitch! And it's like, okay, I can go about this 2 ways. 1, I just don't say anything and mute everyone. Or 2,
Start a fight.
no.
Oh.
Oh yeah, who you calling a bitch?
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? And then you roll with the punches that way. And then I get everyone fucking laughing.
Yeah.
It might only last a fucking round or 2, because then my voice is like, okay, look at you, we can do it tonight, but tomorrow you're not saying a fucking word. You know what I mean?
Although, you do bring up a really good point with that. Having a conversation starter would definitely help. That's something I got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah. there's an old movie called Glenn Ross or something like that. Anyways, there's a point in the movie where it's like a sales movie, right? Businessman, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
There's a very famous quote in the movie or scene. It says, ABC, what does this stand for? It's always be closing. Closing the sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you even open a sale? By conversing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my job is sales. I might not be selling tangible items, but I'm selling my services as a, home improvement specialist, maintenance specialist.
Yeah.
So I always have to know how to talk to people.
Very true.
So
Very true.
as sharp as my, hand tool skills are, so is my speaking ability.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, multiplayer gaming.
Learning life lessons while we drink beer and talk about games.
Yeah, we're
Fucking
almost drinking beer and playing a game. Which you can find me on their bonus beers episodes on their Patreon for as little as, let's just say $5 a month. I don't remember the tier level right now, so.
If I remember correctly, it was as little as $5.
Yeah, I think it was as little as $5 a month. You can check out their bonus content as well as our bonus podcast, Bonus Beers, where we review movies. So make sure to follow those guys as well. They're fucking fantastic fellas, Jim and Brian over there at Drink Beer and Play a Game.
Great guys.
Oh yeah, they were our very first guests ever on the NSquared Podcast live. Was it a mess? A little bit, yeah, but it was fucking awesome.
Oh, it was fun.
I gotta have them on again soon.
All right. But yeah, and so honestly, for the state of gaming, I just think it's really up to the gamers themselves to continue to increase the friendliness, the friendship, the ability to create fun times, fun moments in games. It's up to us to do that.
It really is, man.
Because-
Go ahead.
Yeah, because for example, Call of Duty is the best example for that because they provide us the way of doing it. They give us the channels to we can either talk to people privately or talk to people in game.
Mm-hmm.
It is up to us to not have such a toxic environment. And if you don't like it as much as it sucks, either mute the lobby or just play a different game. Or you can go with Destiny as another good example where even though it has a very toxic community, there's also a very, very kind side to it that is very willing to teach people. Out of love for the game, they want more new people to play because they want the game to thrive so it can last longer. They're very kind to new players. They're very, they're very willing to share their knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
We gotta have a lot more people like that in the gaming community.
I agree.
Yeah, because you can't expect these companies to do all that legwork for you. Because there's always gonna be toxic people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just ban everybody or anything like that. You gotta change people's minds.
Yeah. Snark says, "Okay, Jim." Yeah, because that's his whole thing where he goes for as little as $2 a month. Yeah. No. So yeah, and one thing too is reflecting on this topic, right? Because what does multiplayer gaming center around? Friendship,
Playing with others, having fun.
community, friendship. Something I think about myself is this game room. While that's one of the things I just thought of right now for my to-do for this year. Game room tour.
Ooh.
Video. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing that. And edited videos. Gotta get back to that shit. It's the core of this channel. Anyways, got the couch, got the chair, got the big screen, got tons of consoles, tons of games. Gotta have game nights. Know what I mean? Gotta have game nights. I don't have the biggest circle of friends, close friends. You know what I mean? But enough to fill this room.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Get the arcades fired up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how we could fit 4 people on that NFL Blitz cabinet, but might be able to.
I know the last time it was like I'm not a tall or like super big guy, but I'm bigger than most guys my size.
Jesse and I have to be on opposite sides of the cabinet
Because
we're the largest.
When the 3 of us played, we filled up that whole fucking cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Fitting another one would be almost impossible.
Yeah, it's got to be Cole. Very skinny guy. Yeah. So we'll be right back after this audio break. Are you good?
You know what? Let me just blow my nose just a
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go tinkle too.
All right. You go do that. Comic book. I need to have these articles pulled up beforehand. Man, I kick myself so much for not doing that. Are you guys enjoying the show? Let me hear ya. I feel like a fucking DJ right now. Let's see. We're a tad bit rusty, you know, both of us coming off of sicknesses and this and that. Took the holidays off. Got the itch in the eyebrow.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Woohoo! Got me interested with that.
All right, so let's go ahead and zoom us out a bit. And then display capture. BAM!
Ah.
All right, let's go ahead and start recording. All right, and for our final segment tonight, this is brought to you, or us, by comicbook.com/gaming/news. Twisted Metal showrunner teases titular tournament and iconic characters in season 2. So it was shortly announced, actually I think it was announced in the Game Awards, or right after the Game Awards, that Twisted Metal is getting a season 2. And this season we get the fucking tournament! Yeah! Yeah!
Yes. Show me the money.
Alright. So Twisted Metal Season 2 will feature the tournament from the games. Again, this is brought to us by comicbook.com, written by Cade Onder. Alright. Twisted Metal Season 2 is officially in development, and it will bring forth a lot of fan-favorite elements, such as the Demolition Derby-esque tournament itself. Over the last few years, there has been a lot of significant uptick in video game adaptations across film and television. We have had The Last of Us, Uncharted, Gran Turismo, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and more, all in the last few years. Why did they not mention the Super Mario Brothers movie? That was like the fucking biggest movie of the year last year.
They're crazy, that's why.
All ranging in varying qualities of degrees of quality. But they're all at the very least entertaining and make a consistent effort to be faithful to their source material, which couldn't always be said many years ago. One of 2023's most notable adaptations was Twisted Metal. It was actually really well made and funny, but it did get criticized for not really having the signature tournament in it. There was other car-on-car action, but not quite enough for a show called Twisted Metal. Ironically, a similar thing happened with Mortal Kombat a few years ago, but Twisted Metal will rectify this in the recently announced Season 2. Speaking with NBC, showrunner Michael Jonathan Smith, also known for Cobra Kai, talked about what to expect from Twisted Metal Season 2 on the record-setting show. Record-setting? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Jonathan, hold on. I need a sip of beer, bro. Where am I? Okay, there we are. Jonathan Smith noted that we will see the introduction for a number of characters from the games, including Dollface, Mr. Grimm, and Axel. But we can also expect the entire season to center around the Twisted Metal tournament. He noted that Cobra Kai followed a similar structure of tournament seasons and consequence seasons, with fans being able to expect the former for Twisted Metal Season 2.
Ooh, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. And he says, in quotes, "I'm excited for fans to see these characters come to life and see what makes them funny and what makes them heartbroken. I think it's going to be fun to dive into these people. We introduced a lot of these characters: Preacher, Bloody Mary, John, Quiet, Watts. It's going to be fun to put them all in a single place at the tournament and have them interact. I'm excited about seeing how does Preacher react to Bloody Mary? How does Grimm react to Sweet Tooth? There's a lot of really fun, interconnective character headspace stuff that I'm really excited to dive into. It feels like a new toy box. On Cobra Kai, there was very much tournament seasons and consequence seasons, and this is very much a tournament season. I want everything to feel like it's tied to the tournament, even if we aren't in the tournament yet. I am hopeful that it will surprise and delight those people who saw the finale of episode 10 and was like, I want to see more of that in a tournament setting. My goal is to capture that. End quote. As far as how long Twisted Metal could go for, they have no concrete ending in sight, but we'll keep it going as long as fans support the show. In quotes, I love world building, and this felt like a really cool opportunity to be like, what is an American Lord of the Rings? What? What is an American Lord of the Rings? What's so fun about the way Tolkien writes? And a lot of the books that I love to read is that I feel like I'm living in the world. I'm sorry, I still can't get over like that thing. I think the show could go on for as long as people want it to, and I think that there's a ton of more stories to tell in it, which is really exciting. I'm excited for you to see more. I think it's gonna be wild.
That fucking quote was wild.
Yeah, and that's
Comparing Twisted Metal to Lord of the Rings.
that's the end of that article brought to us by comicbook.com.
Wow. That is something I never thought I'd ever see.
What is an American Lord of the Rings, and how do we bring that to TV?
Tell that to somebody and, like, ask them, where do you think that comes from?
Right.
Where do you think that comes from? And they'll be like, oh, I don't know, some American fantasy, whatever, something cool. It's like, nope, that was about Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
What? Although I'm glad the director is going with that kind of passion into making this show.
I don't think it's the director. I think it's just a producer.
Either way, I'm glad he's going in with that kind of passion for the show.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, let's speculate. Let's play the speculation game.
All right.
What are characters you want to see that haven't been shown off yet? You've seen all of season 1.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice now.
I mean, I already answered mine. Axel.
Well, yeah, but he was already revealed. Remember in the finale they showed the pictures?
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I am very interested to see, and we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
about like what are the character models going to look like? What are the vehicles going to look like?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't remember. I can't remember too many of the characters, so I gotta look it up. If you look it up, the section like Twisted Metal games, they're not called characters or anything. They're called heroes.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Fucking Google, bro. Work your shit out.
Wow, I can't remember half of these characters. It's because I played Outlaw and Sweet Tooth a lot. I can tell you that.
So I'll say this real quick, and I've said it before. Snark says, gotta run for a bit. I'll try to hurry back. No worries. This is our last segment, so we're probably just going to run for another 22 minutes or so. Thanks for stopping by, Snark, as always.
Hell yeah. Catch you later.
Right. As I was saying, we were speculating on, like, okay, you got Mr. Grimm.
Yeah. Cool character.
It depends which version. Because you got Mr. Grimm from Twisted Metal Black, who was like a Vietnam vet that kind of went cannibal.
Oh.
Then you have Mr. Grimm from 2012, and he's just a guy. And then you have Mr. Grimm from the ones on the PlayStation, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if he was in 1, to be honest. I don't think he was. But he was like the Grim Reaper.
This one.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mr. Grimm. The Grim Reaper, the supernatural dude. So, it depends, right? Because we were talking about it before on the show where it's like, okay, how is this going to be? Is this going to be more real world based, or is it going to be like, are they going to kind of go on the fantastical kind of shit? Are they going to go, to where like Calypso actually has fucking powers? Or are they, like, what are they going to do?
Well, so far from how it's looking, it looks like they're going to go with the more realistic, more real world.
Yeah, I mean, although they do have those weird, like, nuclear storm things.
Yeah, that's
Remember
true.
the episode?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, hey, if they go with the more, like fantasy-like version of it, I'm down for that.
I would like it to be... Okay, so look, you've got like the fantasy version. There's not a whole lot of fantastical shit involved in Twisted Metal. True. It's just some of the characters, right?
Yeah.
So Calypso, of course. He actually gets his powers from the devil.
Oh, shit.
You've got Minion, who is literally a demon.
Yeah.
In the first few games. And then it kind of gets convoluted from there to where he's like another part of Sweet Tooth's alter ego.
I mean, shit, Sweet Tooth in the games have a flaming head. That
Which they did in fucking, what was it, the season finale.
My question, though, is like, Are they going to continue having him have that flaming head? And if they are, hopefully, like, they try not to come up with a complicated explanation of why it's still burning and not killing him.
I would love for them to do this. Dude, your head's on fire. What? Oh, I guess it is. Anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like,
completely in character.
like, because, like, Samoa Joe is, like, very much like, huh? Oh, I guess you're right. Anyways. You know,
yeah,
like,
and it would fit.
yeah, it would. It would just fucking ignore it, move on. I would love for them to do something like that because that's very much in the vein of like that weird, fucking wonky, show that they've got kind of going on.
Yeah, honestly, if they just straight up ignore it, that'd be the best way to do it.
Yeah,
because it would just be absolutely fucking hilarious, and within character. It's great, great way to do it.
With the character. So, like, with the way that they've kind of cast Sweet Tooth, my brain is more or less going towards the side of realism. Because it's more of, like, what Sweet Tooth looks like in the 2012 version. Excuse me.
The one for PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Samoa Joe and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember playing that little Sweet Tooth side story thing, and yeah, it looked a lot like that one.
Yeah. So, but they did also light his head on fire, and his head didn't burn.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing? But, I would like to see fantastical elements involved.
I want to see power-ups. How are they going to do power-ups?
Oh, like their specials?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like for instance, like Pete, like there was a lot of characters from Twisted Metal 4 involved in that bar fight in the first season. And I'm pretty sure everyone in that bar fight got killed.
Well, I mean, there's that one chick with the Formula One car, Twister.
She wasn't in that though. Oh,
At the end.
At the end, yeah. I was talking about the bar fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was gonna say like Pizza Boy was in the bar fight, and his special is like two giant buzzsaws just like flying out, like the blades.
Yeah,
they fly out of the front of his car. So I was gonna say like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah. No, and Twister had literally turned into a tornado.
Mm-hmm. They did also make her car go like way too fast for real life.
Yeah, so there's a possibility they might go with.
She was like out racing that rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna turn a corner really fast, and then she would like do the Twister thing. I was waiting for that to happen too, and I was also waiting for fucking Outlaw to do the fucking siren thing with the lightning rod coming out, or the electric bolt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was their special, and it like pulled any enemies that were around you, pulled it into the damage area, I guess, you know.
I mean, yeah, no, that's a good question. How are they going to do the supers?
Yeah.
That's if they.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. There's no if. Like, one of the reasons why you pick a certain character is because of their super.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I mean? It's because of their super. Like, Axel had like a plasma blast go around his vehicle. Or an energy blast go around. So, like, I could see that being a thing in the show.
How are they going to pull it off, though?
Maybe he has, like, some stupid fucking convoluted, you know, TV fucking magic where it's, like, he's got amplifiers under his vehicle and, like, he just, like, turns them on and boom!
Yeah.
You know, shakes the ground from under and blasts vehicles away from him.
And how is it not going to kill him? We'll find out. Yeah, I forgot Sweet Tooth, like, in, was it Black or in 2012 version where he turns into that robot?
2012.
Yeah. What was his original super?
A bunch of, like, humming rockets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that
was in
and...
Black, right?
What?
That was in Black.
Well, it was also in 4. And in 3, the head on the ice cream truck launched off.
Yeah, I remember
and you
that
could
one.
remote blow it up. And I
Yeah.
think that's... Didn't he do that in the show? I know he launched missiles, and the missiles laughed, like how they do in the game.
Yeah.
The
I think they shot out of the head.
I have to like rewatch the fucking finale now.
Okay, hold on.
But yeah, like, you know what would be really cool? To have a cameo from Rob Zombie. He was a playable character in Twisted Metal 4, and he drove the Dragula.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It would be cool to see him for like a 30-second cameo where he acts all badass and then dies immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking funny. I mean, shit. In like the first 4 games or 3 games, whatever, Minion
I can't find anything.
drives a tank. So that would be cool too.
There's so many ways they could go about doing this the second
Yeah.
season. Oh, I'm very curious because they're making it out to be that Dollface is John Doe's. That's his name, right? John Doe.
Yeah, John Doe, his sister.
John Doe's sister.
Well, technically, he is now Roadkill. Because he got remember his car, Evie,
Oh yeah.
or Evelyn, got destroyed, and then he got the Roadkill car.
Yeah.
So now he drives Roadkill.
Ooh, I wonder how they're gonna play that story out.
So, but yeah, Dollface is now John Doe's sister. Which kind of sucks because Dollface had a very interesting, not a very interesting story, but like her story in the game was more interesting than being John Doe's sister.
Yeah.
You know, like she was a model who like fucking had an accident through a car windshield.
So like her face was all scarred up. Yeah.
Well, but she had surgery and looked fine, but like she didn't see it as fine. So she like went into this whole body dysmorphia storyline. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's way more interesting than being like, so you know my brother.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck do you know, dude? There's no like, how?
Right.
Yeah, but whatever. Suspense of disbelief.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because like that was her whole point of joining the tournament, was because of her, you know, the way she viewed herself. She wanted to wish herself to like have never had the accident type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe I remembered that.
But any characters off the top of your head you want to see?
Here, let me look up the list because I know Axel for sure.
Yeah.
Who was the one who drove the semi truck? Oh wait, they probably already showed her, huh? Because they had semis.
Well, that I wouldn't say that counted.
True.
Darkseid.
Darkseid, yeah. Hold on.
And so, Darkseid in Twisted Metal Black was another part of Sweet Tooth's split personality.
Oh, and then at one point, Darkseid was driven by Dollface as well.
Oh.
I forgot about that. I
Okay.
forgot which one that was.
So that's blue.
I don't think that's Black.
No.
I think that's 2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah.
Because Dollface wasn't in Black. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think in Twisted Metal 3, that was the first time I encountered Darkseid. Because Twisted Metal 3 was the first one I had. Oh, so that was 1. That's the select screen from Twisted Metal 1.
Wow. So Darkseid was involved way back when.
Yeah.
It says the unplayable character in this one. Twisted Metal 3.
Yeah. You fight them on, I think it's a 3rd level. It's the White House level.
The fuck is that? Oh, it's Dollface.
Yeah.
Definitely one I would love to see.
Well, I suppose then that would probably be their vehicle in the show, unless they do something else.
I mean, I don't see Dollface driving, at least from the ending of that season.
I need to see Thumper,
Thumper. Which one's Thumper again?
the purple lowrider.
Oh yeah. That one.
Yeah. Thumper is an OG. Was in the very first game, up until 4. I don't know if they were in. I don't think they were in Black or 2012. But Thumper is an OG. It'd be interesting to see Warthog.
Warthog, yeah.
Yeah, Warthog is like...
Colonel Hall.
Yeah, he's almost like a fucking zombie. He's like a super old war general. Like, yeah. What's that?
Mr. Slam.
Mr. Slam. They made him a joke character in the first season. Remember? Dude with a big old schlong.
Oh, yeah.
The bartender dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made him like a throwaway character, unfortunately. Who's that one? Hold on.
There's Hammerhead.
No, next one.
Grasshopper.
No, Viper. Pit Viper is another character that they showed. That was like the fucking snake.
Oh, yeah.
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 The rat, whatever. Yeah.
I'm still down. I really want to see Axel.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. There's a stupid character I would like to see. I think his name's Firestarter or something like that. He drives a hot rod in Twisted Metal 3. It's the only appearance he's ever in any of the games. He drives a hot rod. It's all black with flame decals. Yeah. And his special is a flamethrower that comes out of the fucking the top of the engine, the airflow thing.
Oh.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah. Honestly, he'd be an easy character to fit in if they want to go with the realistic side of things, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I would like to see
I know, there's so many characters. Like this club kid.
Oh, yeah. He's fucking cool. He's, like, actually OP in 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got this, like, vortex special that, like, pulls enemies into it. And it's just, like, a fucking vortex in the floor.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. Augur would be another cool one.
All right, let's see. Because, like, I remember more so from Black and 2012. So there's John Doe, Mr. Grimm, Axel, Marcus Kane, Dollface, Buddy Mary, Benny, what the fuck? Cage, Dr. Hatch. It must be one of those, like,
Oh, it's just a character in the
yeah.
game. Yeah.
There's so many of them. Raven, I remember that one.
So, Raven is technically quiet, from what I remember.
Really?
Oh, wait, no. No, I'm sorry. Raven is Neve Campbell's character. The person in charge of San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, her name is Raven in the show. That's her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, though. In Black, she's driving that
The hearse. Yeah. No, in all the other games, it's oh fuck, what's the name? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I feel so stupid. Quiet and her brother drive the hearse.
Yeah.
And then it crashes.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head what the fucking vehicle is called now. But yeah.
Wait, what are you trying... Wait, what?
So, the hearse is not Raven's vehicle.
Yeah.
Like,
I got that part. I understand that.
The hearse is in, I think, like the first and second game.
But somebody else drove the hearse.
Originally, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of like an Ermac deal. Remember Ermac in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
A bunch of souls or whatever. like this was like possessed, like the vehicle was driven by like a soul person or another thing like that, and like yeah, whatever. Anyways, what is the fucking vehicle called? Can you fucking Google that shit for me, please? Just type like Hearst Twisted Metal 2. Excuse me.
Maybe they're gonna have what's her name's brother drive it.
Quiet?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if they go the fantastical route, then yeah. What is it
How the
called?
fuck do you spell a hearse?
Hearse.
Okay. Shadow?
Shadow, thank you. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. So technically, Quiet drove Shadow for a bit there. So the problem, and that was something I had said to you before too. It's like we're running short on time here. Is that season 1 kind of like burned some characters pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, like both like Outlaw, the brother and sister, are dead now.
Yeah.
That drove the cop car. They're dead. The other outlaw is also dead.
Oh, the main villain. Of
Yeah, I mean, we don't see him shoot himself, but it's like
implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had an axe in his face. He's probably dead.
We'll just have to see though, because I mean, I have a
Yeah.
strong feeling that they're gonna go with the fantastical side of things.
I would like that.
Really hope.
I would like that.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely opens them up to just go a little crazy with the story.
Well, guys, this has been our inaugural episode of the NSquared Podcast Live. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. For 2024. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. If you love it, make sure to subscribe. You can catch me on Instagram at nerdynick_91 and on Twitter at buffnerd. Make sure to click the bell for notifications. That way you guys are always aware of when we go live every week, multiple times a week. We'll be updating the stream schedule following next week. So make sure to tune in and check that information out. Make sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Links are in the chat. Shout out to our sponsors, HubDaddyStore.com and W.GG. Use code mustache10 at HubDaddyStore.com and NSquared10 on W.GG for 10% off of those orders, either which way. And you can find Josh deep in the sauce, just like we all were looking for that hamburger pie casserole recipe. I've been Nerdy Nick.
It has been Josh.
Best friend Josh.
Best friend Josh.
And we'll see you guys next time. Cheers and Happy New Year's, you sons of bitches!